Yeah, I think we've hit
Cool.
somewhere.
All right, hello, and welcome to Odyssey of Eternity, everyone watching at home. I am DM Kenneth, and this is Ravenloft, Darkness of Sossal, a custom homebrew that I've been working on with this lovely group of individuals. Last we left off, the party had made their way to New Naupau, and found their way to the Winged Wyvern Inn, secured rooms and lodging and food, and found a discovery about a graveyard that apparently had ripped a man's arm off. Something in there, and as they were sitting there investigating, they found some few oddities, and eventually they went back and retired back to their rooms, and things happened, and some social encounters had occurred. And then a scream broke out The players ran out, checking out what the scream was, only to find out that the undead had broken through the gate as the man who had lost his arm once again tried opening up the gates of the graveyard, only to have the undead burst out from its protection. Last we left off, the players, I believe it was Phelan in particular, had dispelled part of the stone, or was that Agni?
I believe that was Agni that actually.
Yeah, so Agni, you dispelled part of the stone protection to High Priest Jocelyn's terror. He yelled out, "What have you done?" The You have doomed the city.
Well, like, what did you do? I told you we should put a lock on this thing.
But before we get fully into the scene, by the way, and get back into it, there was a scene that happened before all of this. We're going to rewind time a little bit. Back in the inn, to Telwyn and Agni. You guys are sitting there, having a drink, just chit-chatting here and there.
Yeah, so, Telwyn, I wanted to talk to you about something, because I'm a little bit, like, concerned, I guess, and I just wanted to have a conversation with you. I know that this is your home, and it's not a good place, and you are going through a lot of turmoil trying to figure out what do you want to do from here, and where is my place in all of this. I know your town becoming all pod people was really difficult, and I also know that the Winter Court had made mention of possibly knighting you and bringing you into their service, and I just wanted to express my concern for that plan, and I don't know, it worries me because I don't think that that would be a good thing for your soul. I think that the Winter Court is full of a lot of darkness, and obviously it's pretty chilly down there. And I know you like to have something to fight for, but I just wanted you to know that there are other options available to you after we're done with whatever it is we need to accomplish here. Okay, so I'm just going to throw it out there. The place that I come from is all full of sun and light and sunshine and rainbows, and everybody's happy all the time, and nobody fights. There's not a lot of conflict unless we need to protect our area, our territory. But the clan that I'm come from is very kind and would welcome you with open arms if you chose to come with me after we're done here. So that's an option. Also, I might be falling in love with you. I'm not really sure. We'll just see. I don't know. So anyways, yeah.
Telling smiles at Agni or whatever, and like it's kind of like an innocent but like touching sentiment, and he looks at her and he's like, right now my only focus is helping regain the shard so people can really see what is going on here, because even before, I thought everything was great and wonderful and fine till I actually started to, leave the temple and see what was really out here. And now seeing how awful it really is. My only focus at this point is, at least allowing the people a chance for their freedom. I can't dictate where they want to go, what they want to do, and, allowing everybody that we've met a chance to go home. Me leaving here is a possibility because my home is not what I thought it was. But until that chance is made, really, that is what I need to focus on. Because I know
I
the
agree.
minute if I get focused on something else, I'm going to get sidetracked or distracted. The winter court thing is really flattering just for the sheer fact that it's not common for a human to be invited into the court. Like, it's almost unheard of as far as everything that I've ever read. And so it's a flattering gesture because, yes, somebody like me would be flattered to become a knight. But I know that knighthood could happen, other places as well. And it's more right now helping you guys get home as well as helping the people see what's really been going on here and how much of a jerk this Ronvius is, and kind of clearing my family's name for the sheer fact that they were basically blamed for this whole darkness and falling into this gigantic hole, so to speak. So outside of that, I really don't have a focus on a plan on staying somewhere or going somewhere. It's my ultimate goal is to help you guys get home, because that whole you guys being here has made this bearable and made this battle that has transpired day in and day out. It makes it more, because one person ain't gonna do all this.
For sure.
I could stand up and fight day in and day out, but that you're never gonna win. You're never gonna succeed at anything. Having you guys here is a sign that something had to change. Something has to get better. And I rely on that little bit of hope every day that, yes, there's been a lot of bad things that have happened, but you guys being here has made a huge difference in some of the stuff that goes on. Because if you guys hadn't been here, chances are this whole darkness thing would have just washed across the land and people would have given up or never had any idea that there was anything else out there. So I'm going to smile and hug you and thank you for being here and always, being that light that shines on me when I have to step up in a situation where there's conflict.
Yes. And I am 100% in agreement with you about, obviously this is the priority. I just felt that I should mention the whole, feelings thing, because I really don't think that you notice. I don't know why I would feel that way, but I just wanted you to know because I was going to explode. But yeah, obviously 100% we are here to shine a light on things as well, and to help your people as while we're here, in any way that we can before we try to get out of here. I think those two goals are intertwined and probably rely on each other, and they're dependent on each other. So I just wanted to express my concern for the Fae, I guess, for after all of this, just so that before you get to that point of needing to decide, that you have other options available. So I just really wanted you to know that. And then Kenneth, I am so sorry. I forgot. I was going to talk to you about this ahead of time to make sure it was okay. But with Agni's background in crafting things, she would have been working on a little special gift. So I do want to verify with you that the qualities that are in this item would be okay. But basically, the idea is I wanted to give Talwyn an amulet that's like a potion bottle, like a mini potion bottle that Agni would have created, and it just kind of glows with light from inside of it. So I will talk to you about that outside of here before I give anybody else full details, if that's okay.
Oh, sorry, I was talking and I was muted. If it's just like a potion bottle that glows, that's totally fine.
Okay.
So, anything else with you guys?
I'm gonna give him a little innocent kiss on the cheek because I feel like this has been a lot for him.
As he finishes his drink and kisses him, he smiles and hugs her, and then we get interrupted from talking by the ever so pleasant experience of what happened outside.
Yes. Yep, that you do.
So this all happens with me sitting at the table?
Sure, why not?
No, he said we were in our room.
No, he said that we were all down there, and I was the only one that was down there with you guys drinking. It was the three of us.
Yep.
So I'm just that awkward third wheel at the moment, and I'm just...
Numa's stealth check passed, and he forgot he was at the table.
Yeah, whatever.
I just wasn't going to jump in and say anything.
I thought that you said we were up in our room.
It could have been in your room if you wanted. I didn't know where you wanted this to take place, so I was just trying to give the scene.
Awkward.
Give you that opportunity to do that.
Yeah.
So then the screams happened. You guys went out, defended the town. Well, at least this part of the town from the undead. As Priest Jocelyn, or High Priest Jocelyn, looks at you in just sort of disbelief that you just deactivated some of the protections. These things, they will keep coming night after night now. What have you done?
Well, obviously the Band-Aid isn't going to fix the problem, so we're here to fix the problem.
Well, that is... I did not think that this was a Band-Aid. This was a quite... Everyone knew not to go to the graveyard at night unless it was at your own risk.
You have a cemetery next to a place where people drink to excess. They're not going to be thinking in their rational minds. And you put no sign up per your own statement that, let them figure it all out. So, I really feel like the city planner or you are more responsible in this case than we are, because what did you think was eventually going to happen?
Well, the people would go in there and, well, natural process of elimination. Ogma teaches us that much. But
Also,
dispelling
natural
the
process
protections...
of elimination would dictate that you are also part of the cycle of life.
Yes, but dispelling a protective layer enchantment here. That is not great.
This plan was also not great.
Telloid points out the big smashed portion of the wall. I'm pretty sure that's not a Band-Aid there, pal. Pretty sure whatever that thing was that came out of the cemetery, he didn't care about the gate and the door. He just broke right through the wall. And that was while your protection's up. So I'm going to spell it out for you. Pretty sure you failed in that department.
It couldn't have broken through unless the gate was opened. It was with the way the protections worked.
It was opened by a drunkard.
Yes.
And there was no sign.
I always with these signs.
Yes! Of
Could
course!
have, locked it, maybe. I feel like somebody mentioned that. I don't know.
When did this start?
There's always been a thing here. The people know. Just don't go to the graveyard at night. Do not open the gates at
Obviously
night.
they don't know because this idiot came over here and opened it. this would have happened whether or not we dispelled the enchantment afterwards. So what we need to do is focus on moving forward and fixing the problem at the cause, okay? Thanks. TED Talk is over.
Aye. Adventurers are always the same. But fine, I will put a sign up for next time, if it is such a big deal.
Start.
But I have lots
Unless
of
you
work
wanna-
now to do to redouble up on these protections. I must schedule defenses now for this graveyard until we can get these up. This was the work of months of casting to do this.
Didn't
So-
take much to blow through it.
Yeah, so let me get this straight. You worked so hard on these barriers rather than correcting the problem on the inside? That's like making your house look all nice and neat, and really it's crap on the inside. You get that, right?
He just
You're
Like-
right.
The ground is desecrated. Like, there is an issue foundationally. It's like building a house on mud. It's just going to fall apart because they ain't got nothing to stand on.
It is unfortunate, but it is what was within our power. We could contain the problem. Fixing it, not so much.
Then don't come out here blaming us for it.
You also talk as if you know what the main problem is. And if you do, feel free to share. We may be able to help in that scenario.
Yes, the main problem is down in the dungeon and the crypts. There is an artifact that brings back the undead over and over again.
And why is it still in your town?
Because we do not have the ability to go down there and defeat it ourselves.
Well, I think that should probably be our job. But we don't work for nothing.
Yes, thank you.
Well, that is fair. That is very fair. So, a little outside the town, there is an old temple to a god that is no longer worshipped around here. The entrance is in that. The entrance is in that place. You go there. Find the entrance to the tomb. And you can stop things at its source.
Do you have any
Oh.
kind of a map?
Much.
I will put the sign up.
No. How much are you paying us?
Let's see here. I can I can let you into the. Let's see here. The vaults of the temple, and you may pick one item in the vaults.
Each?
That is determined on the success of the level of his success.
I would also like to see an amount of gold attached to that. This is solving your problem for good.
Yes,
Let's
the
hear
board is
your
going to
offer
change here in a
first on the
second.
amount.
offer for the amount?
Yes. I'd like to see some gold attached to that. We're solving your problem for good.
All you were able to do was forestall the problem.
We're the ones expected to cure it.
Forestall, cure. You are volunteering to do this yourself, but
Because you
Really?
obviously have no one who can. We can just leave the town.
you could. I shall throw in, let's say, the coffers of the church. We can do about 500 gold pieces.
I'd like to see an additional 500 attached to that as I eye his robes.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Got a +5 and advantage tonight, so let's roll.
Good for you. I'll help you, by the way.
Does a 24 do us any good?
24? He,
Yes.
starts chewing on his,
Vita will smile sort of aggressively at him.
he, like, chews on his lip a bit, and he's like...
You have it.
We can do an additional 500.
Thank you.
I high five Vita. Fuck yeah.
High fives back.
Is the tomb part of the old site or whatever is part of the cataclysm? Or is it a separate area?
It is on the outskirts of the cataclysm.
Okay.
It is not something that is pleasant for us to go to, which is why no one has gone after it. It is... what is the word? Taboo to go there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Who are we? Alright, actually, before I summon you guys back to the board, I need to go back to the other board because some of you are missing.
Phelan is currently on the other board. The old one.
Yeah, some of you guys weren't registering as unique. Was there only Phelan that were missing? Yeah, and Pinaki, because Pinaki wasn't,
Oh, yeah, we don't have one from Pinaki yet.
So, we can, if you go there, do this for us. It is on the outskirts of Old Naupau. Careful, the beasties that are there are sometimes quite devious and deranged. You might encounter undeads, you might encounter more sinister things, parts of the elementals that are left of the calamity, crystalline beasts of all types. Do be careful. And he hands you a small scroll that is rolled up. This is a map of the way to there. Go out the gates. Follow this road for a while. You'll see a large rock and a fork in the road. We're gonna turn left here. Follow this for about half hour or so walking. And you will find the tomb. you'll find the old temple. It is in the ruins, in the wreckage. From there, you need to find out how to get in.
Verne was committing all of that to memory, the directions.
Alright, I think you guys all should be, that are in the Tailspire, should be being pulled to this new board.
Do you need to select a character for me?
I just pulled a druid elf out for you.
That's. I was going to say a druid elf, and if you happen to have a dark hair, that's great. And if you don't worry about it.
Not in particular, but I do have a druid elf.
Then I will take a elf druid. Thank you.
Yep. Alright, so players to the board. You guys might have to back out and rejoin the board to get in.
If you hit spacebar and go to the top left corner, there's a button for boards. It is the bottom board that you can select to go to board.
So, are you guys going to do this?
Absolutely.
We going tonight?
No, in the morning.
Yeah.
Let's get our rest first.
One, we need a rest, and two, we don't need to go to them when they're at their strongest.
Makes sense to me.
Well, it's up to you when you go. There is no rush for me. We will
Could we
get the...
stand some watches just in case some undead should happen to show up tonight?
That would be appreciated. We do not have much in the way of solid, defensible individual. The guard is good, but sometimes, well, they can't all be good.
Verne will concentrate, summon the raven, and tell it to on the top of the stay on top of the balcony and watch over the graveyard, and then tell it to telepathically tell me if undead start to rise.
Okay.
There we go. There's our watch.
Okay. So, does anything happen that night?
So for the rest of the night, there are countless undead that come up from the graveyard, from the ground. Things happen again and again. The town guard fighting them off over and over and over again. After a while, as dawn, what passes for dawn here breaks, the undead start to quiet down. They start to calm down. They start being quiet. There's a few injuries during the course of the night, but no deaths.
After the first few times that Verne would have been awoken to the raven saying that there's undead, I would have told it to caw out for the guard to handle it.
Okay.
So
As
the
to
guards have
not-
some kind of warning?
Yes. And, you know, it being a raven, it can mimic speech. So.
Okay. Anything else? that you guys would like to do
Except
this
that
night?
before I do go to sleep, I polish Inaki. As I do every night.
Okay. So your rest is... I don't want to say restful, but it's... You do gain the benefits of a long rest. The screams and sounds of combat, as you guys are in the inn that close, it's quite often and quite common, as you guys are woken up here and there. But you guys do end up getting your full night's rest and get a long rest.
So the next morning we get up, have breakfast, and head out?
That's up to you guys.
I mean, it seems the best course of action.
Yep. I try sweet talking the kitchen so that we have some supplies to take with us.
All right. So you go up to the bartender and or the guy in charge of the kitchen. He's a great big bear of a man, large belly coming out quite far. Definitely seems like he knows and enjoys his food. And
Cool.
He looks at you. You wish for food to bring on the road? This is
Yes, please.
not unexpected. Adventurers come here all the time asking for this. They'll say 1 gold and there is a picnic lunch I can send with you.
That's fair. There's a reason she's not bargaining.
Okay. And he puts together some food and some stuff and gives them to you in a sack.
Great. I tuck the sack away.
All right. Nice doing business with you. Thank you.
I look in the sack though. What is in the sack?
It's a lot of stuff that would travel well on the road. There's some
Ham pies and that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's all like there's some hardtack in there. There's some like hand pies, different. There's like a hard loaf of bread with some cheese, some meats that have been preserved that you could probably make sandwiches out of. Just easily traversable foods.
Good. Now, if we need to take a break, we're set.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I take it we follow the directions.
That, if you guys want to. Anyone?
Given the general directions we were given, can Vernay plot a faster course?
With the map, the directions, I'm gonna say give me a survival check.
I'm gonna give him guidance. So my attack roll there.
I mean,
And I will help him.
I could have given that my I don't need the help actually, because we're traveling through forest, correct?
Figured it couldn't hurt.
Yeah.
No, fair. Well, I mean, I don't need the help because I already get advantage because of it being through forest. I appreciate it though. Yeah, Natural Explorer is very nice. That is a survival check. Let's add my guidance that I have received. Okay.
19.
Mhm.
You think that you might be able to find a way to get through a bit faster. It's going to take you through an area that's very close to the fissure of Old Naupau. And you know it might be a dangerous path, but it would probably shave some time off.
I will let the group know on my findings and ask for their consent to lead us through this, albeit a bit more dangerous path.
I trust you.
As long as it's fine for horses.
This is also true.
Oh, Verne would have already taken that into account.
It'd be a rough one for horses, but they could do it.
What did you need me to talk to your horse about?
This is not a good idea.
And why is it not a good
Because
idea?
Verne recommended it.
We're shaving off an hour or two to put ourselves in more direct danger to where we really need to be at the top of our game when we get somewhere to fight a bunch of undead, but you want to put us closer to things that where possibly horses could get hurt, people get hurt, but sure, it sounds like a great idea.
And this is why I'm asking before doing it, to make sure that, no one has.
And this is my input.
And it is fair input. And you make a very fine point.
Anyone else tonight?
I don't mind going a little slower or taking a little longer if we get there safer. Just because we don't know what we're getting into, and that whole, if we have a map and some directions, they've obviously been there before. So
I'm also assuming it's a couple of hours because you said a little bit, but how much actually are we talking about? Because if we're talking about a day, that's a little different, and I would probably frame my answer a little bit differently.
So the travel that on the map looks like it's about almost a full day's worth of travel. The path that Verne has suggested would probably cut down to about 5 hours worth of travel. So from 8 hours worth of travel to 5.
So it's a couple of hours.
That would mean we wouldn't necessarily get there and have to stop and make camp for the night immediately.
But depending if we run into anything, we may have to immediately make camp as soon as we get there. We would just have to be very, very, very careful. Probably more careful than what we normally are. I'll go either way.
Pass without trace is an option. As long as we all stick to the plan.
I'm fine with that.
Agni just like winks
How long
at
is that?
Pinaki.
How long does that last?
1 hour. Concentration up to an hour.
Can you do that 5 times?
Do I need to do it 5 times?
It's 5 hours.
I mean, probably only need to do it during the times we're in the most danger.
Likely, yeah.
I can do it maximum 3 times.
So what's the plan, guys?
I'm looking at Phelan, see what he has to say.
Are we outside of the city at this point?
You guys are still getting ready to leave.
Okay.
You guys are plotting your course, probably over the breakfast table in the tavern.
Personally, I think we should take the longest route. Safer route. Normally I wouldn't say that, but, well, I think it's just best for now.
It's a very fair point. We'll take the longer route then. That way we don't have to worry about any problems along the road.
Watch, we end up having more issues on the long route than the short route, but...
Are you leaving the guard the bird?
Hmm?
Are you leaving the guard the bird?
No.
So they will have no alarm system? Well,
I
we'll figure it out.
I wouldn't be able to leave the guard the bird, because as it is a familiar, it really needs to stay within a certain distance of me, or I can't do anything with it.
I mean,
so
they can set a watch themselves, so.
Well, they've been doing it.
Hopefully they're that capable.
Yeah, do we need to do like a training camp for their guards or anything?
Their guards
I
seem
sure
like they're
don't.
pretty capable. They were helping to defend the undead off all night from that place.
Alright, let's go with a long route.
So, just out of curiosity, so are we sure that this High Priest Jocelyn is like a good guy or anything? Because for some reason I wrote down that he's a bastard from the last game, but I don't have any other notes beyond that, so I don't really know why. Does anybody remember?
No one
Wasn't
is
there
sure
a
that he's
vision?
good guy.
We don't know really either way.
Okay. Alright.
We
But I don't
picked
trust
up.
him.
We picked up that like he was acting unusual, but it was almost like because the way he reacted to certain things in conversations, it was almost like the thoughts or the body reactions or that kind of stuff were slow.
That's right.
Oh, the bartender did say that he has a stick up a particular part of his body. That might be why you thought that he was a
That could be it too. Alright.
Phelan has some information, but he hasn't had a chance to tell the party yet. That was from his arcane eye spying. So far, he's the only one that knows that.
Gotcha.
Well, once we're out of town, I guess that discussion can happen.
Yeah, he wasn't about to have it, next to the graveyard or the temple.
So we're all headed out then.
Let's make like a baby and head out.
Good one. Yeah, let's go.
Alright, so you guys start heading out of the town. I would say give me a survival check, but it's in your favored terrain. So
I can't get us lost.
No, you can't get you lost. But
Wow, what an excellent ranger. Wouldn't you agree, Anuma?
I roll.
Ida is a little hanging a bit lower in her saddle as she seems once again nervous and kind of distracted.
Okay.
Yeah, Telwyn, did I ever tell you that joke that I heard from a guy from Chult?
No, I don't. I've never really heard of Chult, but feel free to share.
Some guy that was traveling through, he bought some of my woodwork a while back, and you know, he told me, he's like, why can't you hear a pterodactyl pee? And I was like, why? Because I don't even know what a pterodactyl is. But he said it's some crazy flying creature that they have out in Chult. And I asked him why, and he said, well, because the pee is silent.
Oh.
And that's my traveling humor for the day.
That is funny. I can appreciate that one.
If you know how to spell pterodactyl, I guess you'd appreciate it.
Yeah. So the first hour goes by, and the road seems to be pretty quiet for the most part. The snow is coming down, and the road is actually a bit muddier than what you would think it would be at this time of year. It's almost a slog to start making your way through there. The snow's here, but it's also like that muddy slush as you guys are tromping through. And after a while, a couple hours pass worth of travel. And for the most part, it's been pretty uneventful at this point.
Hey, Ken, side note, as we go to set out and leave, I'm going to cast Gif of Phylactery. I can't even talk at the moment. Gif of Phylactery on myself.
Okay. After a bit of a hike, you guys end up getting about 3 hours into it. At this point, the terrain is starting to level out. It's starting to... Sorry about that. It is starting to... The trees are starting to thin a bit and go from a scruffy, like, brush to, like, a taller pine and getting a little more sparse. You guys
I think at this point, Valen would tell everyone. So, just before the undead attacked, I was spying on the head priest. I had a magical summons. As I was watching through its eye, I followed him into their cathedral. And I saw something there. It was odd, even for me. So, I'm not sure we should go in there. Even for a reward. It
What
could
did it
be a
look like?
trap. It looked old and powerful. And rather alien.
Can you describe the shape of it?
I don't think I have the words. It didn't seem to be like a god of knowledge to me.
Just keeps reminding me of that stuff from the orchard. Did it look like the symbols or something similar?
Yeah, I don't know. It wasn't so much runic symbols so much as a presence.
Oh.
Was he paying homage to whatever this presence was? Or was he just kind of there?
He was just going about what I could only assume would be a routine that any cleric would, and myself included. When I am at my temple, I have my routine I have to go through. Whether it was out of the ordinary, I don't know. I'm not a parishioner of his faith. Couldn't tell you if it was wrong or not.
If he describes this to me, can I do some sort of a religion check to see what the general practice of Ogma might be? You know, like the dogmatic basic deals of whatever it is they do.
Well, sure.
Okay.
You want some help?
Sure. I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, but I'm maybe with another mind picking at the thought here, it would certainly help.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and describe to you what I saw.
Okay. Can I give myself guidance?
Sure.
You don't need to. I'll give you guidance.
Okay.
You got guidance from somewhere.
Okay.
You give guidance also.
With how many different people have it, there's going to be guidance of some sort.
Yep.
Okay, 19.
19. Okay. So, the description that it gives you definitely... It sounds like you know that the main doctrines of Ogma, as he is a god of knowledge, would be to transcribe books, to be reading, to be quoting scripture, to be philosophizing and debating with other priests and clergy. The sort of Lovecraftian imagery he sort of tells you about doesn't seem like it fits.
Okay, I'll in turn share that with the group. Say,
Well, so I was describing what the priest was doing for his
Okay. For the most part, yeah, it sounds pretty close to what you would assume it would be.
okay. Can I insight this to see if like he's just going through the motions, or it's like he's actually really focused on whatever it is he's doing based on all these like
I mean, it's not like you saw it.
Yeah, you didn't see it, so there's
You
no
had to
way for
witness
you
it.
to.
Oh, well, I guess because I did see and we did pick up that he was just kind of the way he was acting when we first met him. Does that make sense? Because we have a frame of reference that he kind of...
I mean, I'd say you can definitely try at disadvantage.
Okay. Yeah, that's like a 4.
A 4? Yeah.
Really hard to read.
Yeah, it's hard.
Sorry, 5.
It's hard to deal with, or it's hard to gather that from a second hand.
Okay. No, that whole, like, I happen to be thinking about it and visualizing what I noticed earlier and trying to piece it together in my head. So,
Yeah.
with what we're all talking about.
No,
Can
absolutely.
we at least try to keep the gold?
I mean, we could just go to another town. It's not like what we're looking for seems to be here anyways.
If you guys think
Are
he's
we even
evil, why don't we
sure?
just go back there and just take care of him? I mean,
shoot him
Little
first, then
hard
kill?
to do.
I mean, we're supposed to be looking for this guy with the clockwork heart.
Well, we're going to the area, the general area of, it's kind of by where the the cataclysm took place, so maybe there's clues, maybe there's something. You know, because the guy with the clockwork heart was hiding out in that area, so maybe we get lucky.
Yeah, that's a good point. Let's
Can at
hope
least
that the
go
tomb
and-
has something.
Well,
We can
just
at least go and look in the area and try to pick up a hint of a trail to the
just
clockwork
because
heart.
he's a jerk doesn't mean that there aren't a whole bunch of people in that town that need our help.
That is also true.
Well, I said evil.
Just because he's evil doesn't mean the whole town is evil.
Right. So if we just went back there and took him out, maybe that would help. That's kind of where I was going with it. Especially if if Phelan thinks that we're heading into a trap, the trap would have had to have been set by him because he was the one to send us over here. So shouldn't we go back there and take care of him? And then, you know.
Unfortunately, well, we perceive him as evil, not the entire town does.
That's actually a really good point because that whole spell thing, huh?
And we made a bargain.
Do you keep bargains with evil people? I mean, is that a thing?
I'm not doing this for the
I don't
I
think we
never
have
do.
to.
Nope.
I mean, we could always just do it, take a reward, and then take him out for being an evil bastard that, and I'm going to use bastard because I wrote down bastard, and then take him out for setting us up for a trap, but we survived because we're really awesome. Well, some of us are, the ones that can actually shoot straight. And then we just
Doc
take him
just
out.
looks at you completely unblinking when you say both of us could shoot straight.
I'm not looking at you, I'm looking at Verne.
Phelan, do you think from what you saw that we're walking into some sort of trap?
Well, if we get there and we see...
Time to discuss this would have been before we made the bargain. We made the bargain. We should live up to it.
I'm gonna look at Newman and be like, "Hey, you like killing stuff? Chances are we're gonna get to go kill something."
Well, no, it's not that I like killing stuff. It really actually very depends on what it is. I don't like outright slaughter. It's just not a thing for me. Unless they're slavers. I don't really like slavers. Those I'll kill just because. On principle.
Like I did.
So as you guys are talking, all of a sudden, everything around you guys goes jet black. Anyone with dark vision, even your dark vision doesn't penetrate the darkness that surrounds you. As you just hear... Kill them. As this is initiative. Numa.
Oh, okay. Alright, well. Laura Bailey dice, here we go. So I think this is one where I have to put you in jail. That's gonna be an 8.
An 8, alright. Agni.
11.
11, Verne.
31.
Vita.
Got a natural 20.
13.
13, alright. Telvin.
12, even with the gift of alacrity.
Pinaki. What was that, Pinaki?
17.
17, and Phelan.
14.
14, alright. So, I'm going to... We're going to just use the map here. You guys were sort of walking on a trail. So you guys, what is the order that... Actually, I need to be streaming this so everyone else can see that's not in the game. Sorry about that, guys. I almost forgot to do that. So you guys should be able to see the map now through the stream. So I don't know what order would you guys like to be in, but you guys were going in a straight line through here. Just imagine this is the path. And
I imagine Phelan would probably be somewhere in the middle so he could have been speaking where everyone could hear him.
Pinaki's probably in the middle as well.
Verne would be up front.
okay, so Phelan and Pinaki. Numa, where would you like to be?
Be right next to Phelan.
Okay. Telwyn?
I'll probably be next to Vernon.
All right. Agni?
Directly behind Telwyn, because that ass though.
All right, and Vita. Where would you like to be, Vita?
That'll be fine.
All right, you're fine there?
I guess so, yeah.
All right, and does anyone have Eldritch Sight, by the way?
No.
Nope.
20. That's not right way. Oh. So. So the area that is in this circle, this is the magical darkness that has dropped around you guys.
But we just don't know that, obviously.
Yes, you don't know it's a magical darkness. You just know that everything went dark. Almost
Yes.
as if all of your senses of vision had failed you. Verne, you were the first to respond to this.
Well, Verne will. What can I do? I guess first and foremost, just what's funny is while I'm in this darkness, I'm invisible to any creature that would rely on dark vision. That's funny. Verne is just gonna start walking, continue walking straight forward to try to see if there's an end to the darkness. 5, 10, 15, 20.
So you do not get to the end of the darkness from where you're at. And you
25.
you emerge from the darkness. What you see there,
Immediately taking stock of my surroundings.
yeah, what you see there what you see is you see 6 individuals around. These things are medium size. They seem to have large, like, just sinuous bodies, large claws, and a curved horn that comes up and over the top of their head. Large gnashing teeth, sharp as knives, and you see blood just sort of dried onto their claws and their spears.
Interesting. Okay.
I just thought of something, but I'm going to share it after combat.
Okay.
But
So what are you doing?
So where I am now, is there any that are within 5 feet of me? Because they look
10 feet.
10 feet? Okay. In that case, I'll just walk over to this one, because I have another bit of movement. I will pull out my scimitar, and I will take my... Well, actually, first, let's use my bonus action. Dummy. I will cast Shield of Faith on myself. Since I am in the midst of everything. And then I will take my 3 attacks at this one.
Okay.
That is very good. My lowest to hit is over 20. 22.
22 will hit.
Sixes. 26 points of magical slashing damage.
26 points of magical slashing damage. All right, on that one there. So that's 1, 2, 3. As you rack through it with, are you using your short sword, right? Or your scimitar?
It's my +1 scimitar.
Okay, you come through and you slash at it. You see a rend come through on it as it lets out a howl of pain, a hissing cackle. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Alright, Pinaki, you are in total darkness at this point.
I transform into a wolf,
Okay.
and does that help me get around in this darkness, having the keen hearing and smell?
You could use your senses, yes, to more easily make a perception check to figure out where they are.
Okay, that's what I'm doing.
Okay.
Let's see, perception. 19.
19. You hear
Yes.
that the majority of them are from the north of you guys.
Okay, I'm charging north.
Alright, so as a wolf, you're large, right?
Medium.
4, 5, that's 25.
I think that's a winter wolf that's large.
Okay. So that puts you from there. You're still in the darkness, but you're almost out. You smell them getting close, or getting very close. You also smell Vernay ahead of you.
Okay, I moved 40.
Oh, 40. Okay, so yeah, you definitely can. Why is it not letting me move you now? All right, 40 puts you out of the darkness. You see all of those things around as you come out next to Vernay and his owl, or Vernay and his raven.
Got it.
There.
And
Yeah.
so I'm not probably close enough to attack.
You're within 10 feet of one, so no.
Okay, great. Well, there's next round, but at least now I can see.
All right, Phelan.
I am just.
The darkness is 5 tiles. So you
Yeah,
can
I'm
see
just gonna cast spell magic on the darkness.
All right, so the darkness vanishes as you
Yay.
hear one of these things like snap in startlement, like "Ah! They have wizards!"
And then I'm just gonna back up and tuck behind a tree and take cover.
Okay. I believe you do have access to your character as well. So
Yeah,
all right, sounds good.
right about there, probably. Oh god, I can't see my character now.
If you hit tab, you can scroll through and see your name.
Okay.
If anything, I can pull it out for you if you need.
Okay. I might need you to do that next turn.
Anything else?
Let's see. I don't think I have any bonus action. You need.
was that? No?
I think that's it. That's
Okay.
it. Yep.
Sounds good. Next up is going to be Vita. Also, for those of you watching the stream, you guys can see the initiative order up the top of the screen.
Okay.
I know some people always
First
like
off-
seeing that, so sorry.
First off, aren't I on my horse?
If you want to be, yeah.
I would be.
Okay. I always...
No reason you wouldn't be. At least in this case.
So I will make you large size just because you're on horse, just to show that.
Alright, more importantly, I believe I should have enough range to get to the imp on the right that's in the cover forest area.
This one? Let it move in?
Honestly, I can't tell because the stream is delayed slightly, so I'm looking at the furthest one on the right.
Okay. Yeah, you can get to that one.
Alright. So that'll be the one that I will attack with the glaive.
Sounds good.
What size is the creature?
Medium.
Alrighty.
What was your to hit?
Oh, it was 26.
26. That absolutely hits.
That'll be 14 damage. The glaive is at +2 currently.
All right. As you slash across it, you see the glaive bite down deep into it. Lets out a snarl of pain, but its bloodthirsty eyes lock onto yours.
Oh, we're not done yet. We're going for a trip attack.
Oh, okay. That's a strength or dexterity?
That's a strength saving throw. I also get to add additional damage
Yes.
when I hit.
Gets a 13.
The saving throw is 13.
So
And it's an additional
yeah.
5 damage.
All right.
So it's down, or not prone.
If it meets the save, because if you hit AC, it hits. So yeah, if you make the save, I'd say
Yeah, if it meets, it beats.
meets it beats. Yep, AC.
Alright.
Yep. So
Still
he
up
doesn't
then.
trip, but yeah, good, very good try though.
5 additional more damage though.
Okay, I've got him on it.
That's it then.
All right. The one on the far right is going to look at Telwyn, and Telwyn, it is going to cast heat metal on your armor. So Telwyn, you will take an immediate 2d8 fire damage as your armor just ignites. That is 15 points of fire damage, Telwyn. The next one up top here. This one's going to back up a little bit. This one here is going to rush up, and this one is going to... It's going to go after a spear attack twice. And that's going to miss both of those on you. And that's on Verne. Verne, the other one in front of you is going to is going to look at you. And you're going to see its eyes pulse with energy. And I need a Constitution saving throw from you, Verne.
$15.
15? Okay. Nothing happens to you as it stares at you, but then it does make a swing at you and miss. the next one is going to come down to Pinaki the Wolf. And this one is going to make Pinaki make a with Constitution saving throw as its eyes pulse at this one.
Let's see. 15.
You pass. Nothing happens as it slashes out with its claws at you for a 20 to hit.
That will hit.
For a grand total of 5 slashing damage.
Okay.
Next one here, these two are going to... This one is going to turn around towards you, Vita, and it's going to cast Heat Metal on you, on your glaive. So, initially, the way the spell works, you need to make a Constitution saving throw to drop the object if you don't want to drop the object. So, as your glaive starts to glow red hot, and as you touch it...
Here's something that hasn't come up yet.
Yes.
The glaive is cursed.
Yes.
I don't consider dropping it to be like abandoning or throwing away the weapon.
No, if it's in an impulsive, like, this hurts, it's something... If it's an automatic thing, then that's not relevant to the curse.
Okay, I just want to make sure I could drop it because I'll drop it.
Yes. Alright, so you'll still take the initial damage, but you don't have to make the con save to hold on to it. You'll take 11 points of fire damage.
One other question. Does it just bamf away? Because I know that it's my Eldritch weapon, so just curious.
Oh, because you can't be disarmed of your weapon.
Correct.
As an
I just
Eldritch
summoned it back.
weapon. You know, that actually, if you just dropped it, and it would dissipate because Eldritch weapon, that actually breaks the concentration on his spell because it goes to a different plane if it bamfs away.
Okay.
Because it goes to your pocket dimension. As that is one very confused demon there. The demon next to you, though, is going to try to slash twice at your horse. Trying to drop you, knowing that on the battlefield a rider is vulnerable if it falls off its mount.
Nay! It will not work.
My lowest here is a 14.
Actually, I was going to force the
attack on you?
to be my...
Okay, perfect. So does a 14 hit?
My AC is 16.
Yep, alright. So only one of the attacks will, as the other one is a 24.
Alright.
So...
And... Go ahead.
You'll take 8 slashing. As you very, very easily, you sort of slide down and punch down to avoid, to distract it as you take the blow for and your horse. Next up, Telwyn. Your turn. Your armor is on fire at this point. It's not something...
I saw the one that cast it and said something, right? Like,
yes, that would be...
How far is it away?
That's the one from you. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You can get to it within 30 feet.
Okay, I'm going to move up on it, and I'm going to smite it.
Okay. This will be a disadvantage because of the heat metal spell.
Even at disadvantage, I'm in an 18.
That'll hit.
Okay. Uh, 20 damage. And he is at disadvantage on his concentration check.
He is. So you said 20 damage?
Yes.
All right.
And I have a second attack.
20. The concentration drops.
Okay.
And I need you to separate the damage type, by the way.
Okay. The first. So physical damage is 13, and 7 points radiant.
Okay. You're good.
And the second attack isn't a smite. It's 10 physical damage.
10 physical? Okay. That'll do. That'll do. As you slash through him, he yelps out in pain as his concentration is broken. Anything else? He's still up, but...
No.
Okay. Next up is going to be Agni.
Yes. Could you do me a huge favor and do the tab thing so I can see
Yes.
everybody's names? Just trying to see who all is where. Okay. Thank you. Trying to decide where to move. I would like to hit as many as I can. I only have 30 feet of movement, but I would like to see how many I can get within 5 feet of me.
The best place to go there would be by Vita, between the two that are in front of Vita. You could get 2 of them.
Yes, I will go there. That's my BFF
5,
over
10,
there.
15, 20, 25, 30 puts you between the two.
Okay, I cast Word of Radiance. I need a con save DC 15.
Alright, they both fail.
Good. I'm gonna not use D&D Beyond for my dice because screw that. That is 8 radiant damage.
8 radiant damage. Alright, on both of them there. So that is number 5 and 6. Boom, boom. Alright, anything else?
Oh gosh. That is a cantrip, so I'm going to bonus action spiritual weapon as well.
Okay.
Not sure what level. Yeah, I'm just gonna do it at first level. Oh, I'm sorry, second level. Okay, so that's it.
And where are you dropping that spiritual weapon at?
Actually, you know what? Let's put it up at the set where there's like 3 of them, but like right in between those 2. Yeah, that'd be great.
Cool.
Okay, so I just rolled to hit for that, correct? I don't have to.
Yes, you rolled a hit.
Okay. That is a 17 to hit.
17 to hit. That will, I believe, hit them, yeah.
10 damage.
10 points of damage. On the one on the right or the one on the left?
Let's go the one on the right.
Okay, so that would be... Perfect. Anything else?
That is it.
Alright, Numa, your turn.
Oh, wow. Sorry.
Yeah, quit slacking. It's your turn, man.
No, I've been waiting. I already know what I'm going to do. I was just actually watching Buffalo put it on Tampa Bay and might pull this out in a win with under 40 seconds left. Like, it's hot. Okay, so... Why do I always have to be the one to save Verne from situations that he gets themselves into? Alright, so I am going to take 2 attacks at this one.
Okay.
That I just hit. Yeah, so basically, unless for some reason the first one kills it, both are going to go on this one. So.
And what type of attack is this? Bow?
Yeah, bow. It's going to be at sharpshooter and magical piercing.
Okay, that one has not been touched yet, so.
Okay, cool. So that's going to be a 6. 17, so a 12. I don't think that's gonna hit.
12 will miss.
Okay, and so then I will activate my bonus action, and oh god, I've been waiting for this for so long. Curving arrow, and I can then redirect that same shot to one that is within, I think it's 30 feet.
Okay.
Arcane archers are so awesome. Boop. Where are you? Yep. And then I can re-roll the attack against the other target within 60 feet. Okay. So then I will re-roll. That's going to be a natural 19 for a 30. So a 25 to hit.
That'll hit. On which one? If you want to hit magic missile real quick.
Yeah, so basically I missed on...
Yes, you missed on the one.
Missed on that one. So I redirected it to this one right there.
Cool.
And that will be a D8. Right? Yes. That'll be a 6. So that'll be 14... 24 points of magical piercing, and 1 second. I'm sorry, I gotta blow my nose real quick.
So you said 24 points of magical piercing?
Sorry about that.
Oh, you're fine.
Okay, is that one still up?
It's
the
still
one
up,
on the
yeah.
right?
Yeah, still up.
Cool. All right, and then I will take my second shot back at the original target. And then this is all going to be sharpshooter, so just assume all 4 attacks are going to be that. What the hell? So that's a 3. That one's going to miss on that second one. I am then going to activate my Accent Surge, and I'm going to take 2 more shots, and I'm going to still go at the original target.
Okay.
So that's a natural 17. I know that'll hit because that's a 23 to hit after the -5.
Yep.
Cool.
And that's on the first one again?
Yes, that will be on this one. Yeah, there you go. This one right there.
Cool.
Yep, because I can only do curving arrow with bonus action. I've already used that. So that will be 24 points of damage again on that one. And then my last shot, unfortunately, is also going to miss because I just rolled another 3. So, and then with that, I would like to take my 30 feet of movement, and I am going to... I'm going to go 1, 5, 10, 15, 20, right back here, kind of where I saw Phelan run off to, and just basically kind of protect him a little bit and pull back. And that's... yeah, that's all I'm going to do.
All right. If we back up to the top of the round, we are actually going to stop here for a moment and take our intermission.
Okay.
I've only got 18 more minutes. Are you sure you want to stop?
Okay, we'll push
Let's
through.
keep going.
Yep. All right. So next up, Verne, what are you doing?
I am going to take 2 scimitar attacks, the one that I attacked before.
Okay.
That one of those will hit. So one of those is
AC
over
is
20.
16, guys.
One of them will miss. One of them will hit.
Okay.
10 points of magical slashing damage. And I really have a bonus action to use. Yeah, that's it for me.
Okay, so how much damage was it originally that you did? I know you said one of them hit.
10 points of damage.
Alright, so that was 1, 2, 3, boom. Alright, next up is going to be Pinaki.
21 to hit.
21 will hit.
Okay, that's a bite.
Yep.
And it needs to make a
It
DC 11 straight.
Fails the strength save.
It's prone.
Okay.
and that is 9 piercing damage.
9 piercing. All right, and is that magical?
I don't know. I don't think so. I'm a wolf.
Are you level? Okay, so it's not because you're not that type of. So it has some resistance to that. It still hits it. It still hurts it.
Okay.
But it does definitely seems to be a bit resistant to that type of damage.
Oh, that's okay. All the more for me to worry. And I do shake it.
Okay.
Grr.
Excellent chew toy at that point. Anything else, Pinaki?
Nope.
All right, Phelan.
Not yet.
Phelan, you are muted.
Yes, it helps if I unmute myself. Okay, I am gonna need you to pull me out of the woods. I can't see my character.
All right, you have access to your character now? Or do you need to move a bit more?
I don't see it. Oh, there we go. I see it. There we go. All right. I see 1, 2, 3, 5 of those things.
There are 6 of them. One of them is in the woods with Telwyn.
Okay. Can I get to? Oops. Here. Oops.
So it took you 10 feet to get out of the woods where you were at.
Okay. So. If I use the rest of my movement and my face step, I could get to here. That puts me within 15 feet of these 3, right?
Which 3? The one in the top?
Yeah, the 3 at the top.
Yep. 5, 10, 15, 5, 10, 15. Yep.
Cool. I am going to cast. Make sure I get the Spirit Guardians.
Okay. Yeah, you will get all of those with the Spirit Guardians.
Sir, what do your spirit guardians look like?
So as Phelan is casting this, you'll know like a cacophony of fey-like creatures just start swirling around him. All manner of some look like, cute little sweet dream type creatures, and some look like they're straight out of nightmares. As they have this rare ability to blend surreal with horror. And they all have this kind of deep green shimmer to them as they start to fly around him.
Okay.
And that'll be. Let's see. When you cast a spell, let's see, an affected creature's speed is halved in the area, and when the creature enters the area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there, it must make a Wisdom saving throw or take 3d8.
Okay.
Radiant damage.
So they all have to make the save. They all fail.
Okay. So let's see, that's 8. Ooh, that's a nice roll. 19 radiant damage.
19 radiant damage. All right. So that is B, C, and D. So 19. Not 149. 19. And 19. All right. One of them seems to be very injured. The other one gets bloodied. The other one is almost bloodied. Anything else there, Phelan?
That'll end my turn.
All right, Vita, your turn.
Sorry, I need to unmute myself. Quick question.
Yes, quick answer.
Do I need to do an action in order to resummon the glaive?
I think it's a bonus action as a Pact of the
Okay.
Blade.
Got
I
it.
think it is a bonus action, I believe.
Alright, it just means I'll use my bonus action differently, which attack I use. Okay, so Eldritch Blast, the one that's on my right.
Okay.
And that will be a 16 for the first one, and a 15 for the other one, so one hits, one doesn't. And that's 6 damage.
6 damage. All right, that's one on the far right, so that's the last one. All right, anything else?
And I want to do this now. Okay. I will actually, I will resummon the glaive,
Okay.
and you know what? Why not? Let's do an action surge.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news.
Wait,
but
never mind then. Screw it.
It's an action for
Yeah.
warlocks to bring their blade out. It's a bonus action for
Oh, the Eldritch Knight.
Eldritch Knights, and an action for
I always get that
Pact of
confused.
Blade. Yeah.
Don't worry about it then. And I guess, then I guess I'll go for the healing and then call it a day. So that'll
Okay.
be 8 back to me.
Sounds good. All right. Next up are the Babaus. As the first one there on Telwyn is going to shriek out and attempt to slash him twice. Both of them will miss. The next one, or next two on Verne are going to make 2 slash attacks. First one missing both times, second one missing the first time, and a 21 to hit you on the second.
That'll hit. AC is 17 with Shield of Faith.
For 5 points of slashing. Those ones also start their turn in the Spiritual Guardian, so I believe they do take damage, right? Phelan?
Yes.
I think you count the initial damage when you cast a spell. I think when you count that initial damage that they take, that is the first round. Like them, you count that as them starting.
That would have been the first round. So it's when they start their turn in it, or they enter it for the first time.
Okay, well, they would start their turn here, so they'd already entered it the first time on your turn.
Okay.
And this is so they'd take the damage again.
Okay, so do I need to roll damage again on them? Okay.
Benefits of wording of that spell.
Yeah.
As they all fail again.
That'll be 16 radiant damage.
16. Alright, you can give yourself back that damage you just took there, Verne, because that one died before it could hit you.
Yay! I remain untouched in this battle so far.
Alright, then the next one stands up there. He's still damaged. He's going to skirt around to the other side of Pinaki there. And he is going to attempt to hit Phelan to break concentration, as these things aren't dumb. They're very actually intelligent. They're just rolling like crap. So actually, my first one is going to be a natural 20. And the other one is going to be a 19 or a 21 to hit on you, Phelan.
Both hit.
Okay. The natural 20 will do 18 points of slashing damage, and I need a DC 10 con save to maintain concentration on your spirit guardians.
That'll pass.
Okay, and the next one is going to do 9 points of slashing to you and another DC 10.
And that'll pass as well.
Okay, on Agni, yes.
Were those ones that entered, or?
Those are the ones that started their turn in it.
Okay, gotcha.
On Agni, the one on you will miss twice. The one on Vita will miss once, and then will swing at you, Vita, for a 25 to hit. Doing a solid 5 points of damage. Alright, with that though, it is Telwyn, your turn.
I'm gonna attack the one that's right in front of me.
Okay.
I'm gonna use the first level smite, one of them.
Okay.
22 to hit, and then a 14. So 14 misses. The radiant damage is 14. The physical is 9.
So you said 14 and 9?
Yes.
14 and 9, so 23, alright. You hit that one pretty hard. He is still up, but very bloodied.
I am going to... I'm going to look around to see kind of how everybody else is, and if everything kind of looks okay, I'll reserve... I'll end my turn.
Okay. Next up is Agni.
I am going to repeat basically my attack from last time. Since there's still 2 imps within 5 feet of me, I'm going to cast Word of Radiance. Con save DC 15.
They both fail. I am rolling
Good.
absolutely awful for the majority of my rolls tonight, and I'm okay with
And
that.
I just rolled like almost max damage. That's 11 radiant damage for each of them.
11 radiant damage for each. Okay, cool. So that is 5 and 6.
Yeah, how are they looking?
At that point, the one on Vita is bloodied. The one on you is not yet.
Okay. Okay, so then my spiritual weapon. Are 2 of those already gone over there?
One of them is. The other one just rotated around. Pinaki.
Okay. My spiritual weapon is going to move. I guess 10 feet to the west. Yeah, towards the one on the left, please.
They really need like a ping feature to where like you could do like a drop a pin and like you just radiate so you can.
That is 17 on the die.
That'll hit.
Okay.
I'll actually put that in the Tailspire thing right now for the.
It is 6 more damage on that dude.
6 more damage on that dude. All right, and that is the second one. All right. Anything else?
Nope, that's it for me.
All right. Next up is Numa. Your turn.
Okay. So way back there, having a good old time hanging out, and blended in with the forest just like I like to do. So my first shot, I'll bail him out in a second. My first shot is actually going to be at the one that is on my friend there, Phelan, and this will not be a sharpshooter. This will just be a normal attack.
Okay.
Fuck, man. Like, what is going on with these dice? So you're not the only one that's rolling bad. That was a 2. So I'm gonna activate my bonus action, Curving Arrow, and I'm gonna send it over to the one that is over by Vernay. With the caveat to this, when it goes through, since he technically wouldn't have an arrow knocked right now, I would like it to zoom through, like right where he would be holding the bow, and then all of a sudden an arrow just zooms through and it fires at the imp that's next to him, and hopefully this hits. Nope, this doesn't hit either. That's a fucking 3. So yeah, he's a bad shot too. I was hoping to get a little help on that, but unfortunately no.
Yeah, for showing off, man.
Hey, gotta do what I can do. And then I'll still take the second shot at that, but I'm gonna switch up the dice hopefully here.
Okay.
That's a natural 19, so yes,
That
that
will
will
hit.
hit. Yes, and it's at this one right here.
Okay.
And we could roll the d8. So that will be, I believe, 15 points of magical piercing. And is it still up?
1, 2, 3. 15 on that one.
Yes.
That one is still up, but barely.
But then I will activate Banishing Arrow.
Okay. Charisma save.
Charisma save DC 16.
It gets a 19.
What?
These are all the
I see
dice
what-
that you sent me.
Are they?
Yeah, I'm rolling with those ones exclusively right now.
Oh, that's hilarious. I see what's going on here. Okay, that's my turn. I got nothing.
All right, Verne, your turn.
Is Verne gonna be petty? No, Verne wouldn't be petty. Verne doesn't care enough to be petty.
I mean, based on us,
No, honestly, Verne doesn't care enough about you anymore to be petty back. It's just Verne's over it. Vita, how hurt do you look?
Oh, sorry, I thought I was muted for a second there. I'm 55 out of 71. Doing pretty decent.
Okay. In that case, I will take my 2 scimitar attacks. Both of those will hit because my lower one is an 18. Oof. That is 20 points of magical slashing. I rolled 2 6s.
20 points of magical slashing. All right.
That one next to me.
So that is the one on the left to you.
Yes.
So that is the second one. 20 points is enough to kill that one.
Cool.
Bill had to help you loosen that lid.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I can't quite get there yet. That's fine. I'm going to use a bonus action to Healing Word at 2nd level on Vita.
Okay.
That'll be 10 points of healing for you, Vita.
Thank you.
And that is my turn.
All right, sounds good. Next up is going to be Pinaki.
Okay, just because I'm looking at a very small iPhone screen.
Yeah.
How many are left?
There are 1, 2, 3, 4 left. One of them is still on you.
I sort of thought so. How long does it take me to release my wild shape?
You're a non-moon druid. I believe it's just a bonus action to drop your wild shape.
Well, that's what I'd like to do, and can I surprise heck out of him by pulling an Ibaki and...
Yeah, go for it.
Oh. Okay, 22.
22 will hit.
When all of a sudden, person with sword.
Person
Yeah,
with
person.
rusted Vorpal sword.
Yes. Well, probably not rusty anymore, just not in great
Yeah.
shape. 11 points of damage.
11 points.
Magical damage.
You bite deep into his shoulder as you see it cut deep. You pull it out, and he's still up, but barely.
Ooh, we'll have fun later. Okay, go.
All right, Phelan.
I am going to taser this dude's face. That's standing right in front of me.
Okay.
And I'm going to go for a shocking grasp.
There is
Wouldn't he
no metal armor, so there is no advantage.
No advantage.
Wouldn't he take damage from your spirit guardians?
No, not until his turn.
Oh.
That'll be a real low. 11 to hit.
11 will miss.
Alright. And bonus action. Just give myself a little healing word.
Okay. Vita, it is your turn.
First action is to get the glaive back.
Okay.
Next action is to action surge.
Perfect.
26 to hit,
26 will hit.
and that'll be 12 damage on the one to the right of me.
Perfect. Anything else?
Nope.
All right. Next up is their turn. So the one still on Telwyn, that one is going to let out a hiss, and he is going to drop a globe of darkness on your location, and he is going to attempt to back away.
Reaction. I'm gonna cut him down because he didn't move.
Oh, because you have the Mage Slayer, right?
Sucks to be that guy, and I'm gonna smite him on top of it just to be a 12.
Yeah, because you got Mage Slayer, right?
Yep.
That's perfect. I love that.
I do 16 radiant and 6 physical.
Okay. He is still up as, let's see if that causes... As the spell appears and then disappears as you break his concentration as he's trying to flee. So he's gonna 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Just start taking off into the woods, scampering, blood trailing in black rivulets all down across the snow and mud. Next up is going to be the one here. He starts his turn in the aura. He fails and will take how much damage, Phelan?
That'll be 13 radiant.
Alright, he starts his turn and is immediately just melted by that. Agni, the one on you is going to take 2 swings. Missed both times. And Vita on you, missed 2 times. Telwyn, your turn. The one is 40 feet away from you, Telwyn. That you just swung at.
Okay, well, I have movement, and then I can use my face to get there. And
So you just cinematically just appear in front of him as he's trying to run away.
10 points for the radiant, and the physical is 12.
12 points. That's more than enough to drop that one there as you kill that guy as he's trying to flee. Anything else, Telvin?
I look at whatever this thing is, and I'm like, thanks for lighting my fire, jerk.
All right. Next up is going to be Agni. There's the 2 left.
Yes, I'm gonna Word of Radiance again. Can't say I do something.
All right. By the way, I put a picture of what this thing looks like in the chat.
Oh, good. Thank you.
They both fail their con save.
Okay, that is
Horrifying.
7 radiant damage.
All right, they're
That is
both
weird.
still up, but their one is very bloodied at this point.
Okay, how? I'm having a hard time seeing the distance for where my
Your spirit
spiritual
guardians.
weapon.
Yeah, here. Let me. Our spirit
Spiritual
weapon.
weapon.
So.
This only has 20 feet of movement.
So 5, 10, 15, 20. You're 10 feet away from the closest one. If you move it towards it, so it would take you till next turn to get it to the enemies.
Okay, yeah, I just want to move it closer.
So 5, 10, 15, 20. All right. Anything else?
No, that is it.
All right, Numa, your turn. There's 2 left, Numa.
Helps if I take myself off of mute. I can't actually see them from where I'm at, so I will. Nope. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I should be able to see them. And is it the one that is on the right or the one that's on the left that is bloodied?
The one closest to Vita, so on the right.
Thank you. All right, so then my first attack will be at that one.
Okay, so the one that's bloodied.
Yep, and that will be a sharpshooter shot. That'll be a 20.
That'll hit.
Cool. So 5 plus 8, 13. That'll be 23 points of magical piercing.
You said 23 points?
23 points of magical piercing.
That is enough to drop that one.
Okay, and my second shot will be at that one.
Okay.
And same thing, sharpshooter. I don't think this one's gonna hit. No, it won't. And there's no other targets around, right?
No. No other targets. Anything else?
I'm debating. I will bonus action send my arrow at a different target.
Okay.
Not specifically at a person, but near said person.
Okay.
All right. Just so we're clear, I'm not gonna actually hit.
Yeah,
somebody.
you're not actually hitting.
Yeah. I'm not like some people that actually shoot people. I just shoot near
Yes.
them. So it'll be a natural 17, and I would like to place it right next to Vernay's left foot, and just drop the arrow right there. And that's the end of my turn.
Okay. Next up is going to be Vernay. This arrow just sort of casually plops down next to your foot.
Paying it no mind. Going to walk over to the imp, take my 2 attacks. Oof. Nope. Both of them miss. I rolled really low on that.
Okay, anything else?
Don't really think so, no. Nothing.
Alright, next up is Pinaki.
Is there still one left, or the one on me?
There is one left, and it's not the one on you either. It's the one on Vernay and Agni. So you are
Okay.
5, 10, 15 away from it.
I'm going to move to help them if I can.
Alright, perfect. You do.
18
18, that'll hit.
for 14.
14 points, alright. He's still up, he's almost bloodied.
Almost bloodied. Great. Okay.
Alright. Next up is going to be Phelan.
Right. I am going to move up. So, does that put me in 15 feet of the last guy?
Yep, so that would be when they entered their first turn.
Okay, so that'll be...
That'll fail.
Okay, that's 11 radiant damage.
11 radiant, alright.
And I am going to give this guy a little magic missile at actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to whisper something that only it can hear, and I will cast Dissonant Whispers. That's a wisdom 16.
It's a natural 20 there.
Okay. Let me see if there's a save for half.
What dice was that?
Give me a second. Let me finish reading this.
No, I'm sorry.
The nat 20, that was actually one that's been rolling really bad all night. That was the first roll over 4 that one did.
I'm sorry. I mean, as in which natural 20? Was it the DM dice or?
No, this was I actually swapped out some of those dice because they were rolling. This is actually just a it's like a frosted glass one.
Gotcha.
I got.
Okay. I was curious.
It's half of 15.
Half of 15. All right.
Psychic damage.
All right. He's bloodied at this point. Anything else?
Let's see. That was my action. Don't think I have a bonus action that I can use. I'm just gonna harness divine power and regain a second level spell slot.
Sounds good. Next up, Vita.
I'm in range to slash it, aren't I? I believe I am.
With your glaive, you just have to move 5 feet up.
Alright, let's move 5 feet up and attack. That'll be 23 to hit.
That'll hit.
12 damage.
12 damage. That is enough to drop this one. As you come through on your horse, you just plant it into its chest. It lets out a gasp. And you see burbling black ichorish blood sort of come out of it as it melts down into this black ichor. As you notice, all of them have melted into this black ichor onto the ground. That's all sorts of different bubbling nastiness in the snow. At this point, this is where we are going to take our intermission because I really have to go to the bathroom. So we will be back in 10 minutes, guys.
I appreciate you keeping it through so I can finish that. And no, I'm gonna go.
Great.
Yeah.
Be
Go
right
Bears!
back, everyone.
Go Bears!
Go Bears! Bears!
to take a day to get here.
All right, welcome back, everyone. We are back from break. As our players had fallen the last of these demonic forces, the black ichor of their body is sort of bubbling down into nothingness, leaving those puddles of putrescence on the ground. What are you doing, party?
Real quick,
should
I'm
we
gonna
take an hour's
vamp
rest?
like Lave and bring it back.
Okay.
Hopefully it's not covered in the...
Grossness.
Yes.
I'm walking back.
It's clear.
over.
If we're taking a short rest, I'm going to clean Anaki.
I think
Are
should
we taking a short
probably
rest
take a
or long?
shouldn't we? Because is this after our day of travel or during?
This is during. You're not there
During.
yet. I was just using that map so you guys had a visual for the fight.
Let's take a short rest.
Who needs healing? Does it? I'm
Well,
sorry,
if we-
I had a phone
If we
call,
take
so-
a short rest, we can roll dice and save
Yes.
our spell slots.
Right.
Okay.
Tellin comes back from chasing that one down and like wiping his blade clean with some holy water and a rag, and he's just like, it's like looking at my shiny armor, and I'm like, that little jerk actually tried to like light it on fire.
You see the holy water that you're using? The black ichor is literally bubbling and burning.
I'm just wiping it clean.
Well, that's an interesting thing to know.
I mean, it's a
The
demon.
blood
I'm
doesn't
assuming
like.
it's a demon. I don't know. I mean, I can generally assume it's probably a demon.
Yes, you would gather that it's a demon, and that
I roll some sort of religion check to see why its blood would be boiling at the touch of holy water.
May I help you?
I'll give you some guidance because, yeah.
Towen, demons are sort of a common occurrence here
Okay.
in this area, as that's what they're the reason why that Aranvius had gone to war and your original characters had done what they've done is because of the demon invasion of Sossal.
Okay.
The rifts.
23, Ken.
You know that celestials and demons don't usually get along, and holy water is usually a byproduct of.
I take it I don't particularly get along with demons either.
Probably not.
I don't think a lot of things,
Well-
demons included, get along with demons.
Well, no, I just was rereading about my Kalashtar character, and she's twinned with the spirit of light. So,
Oh yeah.
Thinking this is the best cleaner ever as I watch this bubble up and just kind of slide off. I'm like, hey, you should find a little holy magic too, and smile as I'm cleaning it.
So, what are you guys doing? You think you're probably about 4 hours out from your destination still.
let's
We
rest
should,
and then head out.
Yeah, take a short rest and then we can head out.
Take a quick
Okay.
hour rest.
Yeah, quickie.
All right, so your short rest goes quite uneventfully. You guys talk a bit, and you realize that the demons. It makes sense that they're this close to New Naupau. Seeing how the ruins of Old Naupau are this near in proximity,
Okay.
but usually the demons in the past have been little things like just the little tiny things of the lower planes, not human-sized ones. That bodes a little ill.
That's concerning.
Yeah.
Telwyn, you, out of anyone here, know this, as you are from this area and grew up hearing the tales.
And now that kind of like some of my history got out and my pieces together, I'm like, hey, glad he's turned this into some giant breeding pit, like a cesspool. Awesome, Ronvius. Thanks, buddy. Good man.
Interesting choice of words.
What, the cesspool or breeding pit?
Both, honestly.
Laughs internally.
Technically,
as
cess breeding pit.
So, your rest goes off uneventful. You guys can roll your hit dice and heal up.
Okay.
I'm making sure to stay away from any of the lingering pools of gross ichor.
Okay.
I don't like those either.
Well, you know, as an ASMR, not too fond of demons.
So your rest goes up. Your you don't level up, but rest up, heal up. You guys continue on into the wilderness, and it doesn't take you terribly long. So you start seeing odds and ends that just don't line up with the normal viewpoint that you guys are used to seeing. You see trees seemingly warped and growing at different angles than you're used to seeing them. You see fauna seemingly mutated in ways that you wouldn't see. Like at one point you see a deer slurping across the trail. Its hind legs have been reduced to a almost like a slug-like body.
Is this in wild parts of Feywild?
No, this is just in the forest here.
No, I'm saying it's like, does it remind me?
No.
Okay.
This looks like the first half of a deer and the back half of that of a slug, and the animal seems to be in pain from this process. Just sort of slurping through.
The animal's still alive?
Animal's still alive, yeah. It's trying to just exist, and it seems like it's not a pleasant existence.
I'm going after it.
Okay.
Sorry, guys.
Very easy.
Verne was going to look to you to see if we want to end its suffering somehow.
Very
Whether
easy
if you're trying to cure it or not.
Very easy to catch up to it, as the slug part of the body is not the fastest. So you end up catching up to it quite quickly.
Chop.
Okay. You're very easily able to dispatch this creature.
Okay.
And as you do, you see its blood is darker than what it should be.
Okay.
And thicker.
Is it almost reminiscent of the black sludge?
Yes.
Can I do a medicine check on it to see if this is like a conversion process?
Yeah, you can give me a check.
I'll help you with that if you'd like.
Okay,
Give her guidance.
thank you. That is, 21 total.
Yeah, it seems you've heard tales of people ingesting demon ichor and weird things happening. You're not sure if it's an intentional change, but it might have been an accidental feeding or something like that.
Can I do like an Arcana check to see if I can tell if there's any of the ichor in the water that the deer was drinking?
You could if you knew where the water source that it was drinking's at.
Okay, so I thought you said it was like drinking water.
No, it was coming across the trail
Oh, okay.
that you guys were at. Are you doing anything else?
I think
Would
maybe we should keep pressing on.
Yeah, I feed the deer a good berry.
Okay. You killed the deer.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I killed the slug. Never mind.
The deer is the slug.
Okay. Never mind.
The back half was the slug.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was not.
It became like Yorl.
Yes.
So in chat, fellow humans suggested just pouring salt on it, and I thought it was a great idea because we could just like cure the slug half, and the deer would be fine.
Oh my god.
Genius idea.
Well, let's
Good
press on and be careful of dark black pools of gross ichor.
Or at least try and test the water before we drink anything.
I can somewhat help with that. I have purify food and drink, so...
That'll do it.
So continuing on, this isn't the first or last thing that you see that is mutated here. You see several birds in the air, different sorts of mutations. One has the wings are intact, but the rest of it is, well, it's one of them. Their eyes go like a flashlight or like a torch. Another one, you see tentacles erupting out of its belly as it flies. Almost looks like a little flying squid sort of thing. And just a whole bunch of gross deformities. You also see a bunch of different of these things all about in the area.
We're gonna need more holy water.
Well, something is clearly defiling this forest.
Yeah.
Unless we want to burn the whole thing down, perhaps we should look for the source.
We need to find the source.
Doesn't fire just seem more efficient though, you guys?
The source may also be where the cataclysm took place.
We are headed towards a temple of unspoken evil. Maybe it's two birds, one stone. Could be
Or
fun.
spoken evil.
Would
Let's
make
go.
Things much easier.
Alright.
You guys see for a second when we walk, like the more Telwyn sees this kind of stuff, it like really digs at him, and then he's gonna look over at like Agni and Vita and anybody that's kind of associated, because like my ability for the divine sense thing is sense that you guys have some sort of like celestial ties of some sort. I'm gonna look at you and I'm gonna be like, if this guy wanted hell so bad or wanted to be there, why don't you just go? Save everybody, the whole like whatever. This and just like he like throws his hands up for a second in frustration. It's like, why you gotta ruin this place? I mean, it's my home, man. Really, it's awful. And it's just frustrating the more and more he has to see this kind of stuff.
Do you Do you
Peter will wait a
speak
moment.
Abyssal, anyone?
Nope, just deep speech.
No.
I do.
Oh, yay!
I speak Abyssal.
And I actually have telepathy that I can communicate with anything that can understand the language. I guess I'd have to know that they're...
Okay. So as you guys are sitting there, Verne, you hear that paladin looks tasty. Let's go eat it. Shall we?
I wouldn't recommend that if I were you, Renee is saying.
And as
Back
Can I tell
in
where that's...
Abyssal.
Can I tell you where... Oh, I can't understand it.
No, but you do guys see a very large humanoid shape coming through. And when I mean humanoid, I mean it's the general shape. Past that, it's quite a stretch. You see this burst through the brush, coming straight towards Telwyn.
Are you putting something up?
I put it in the VC chat.
VC chat? VT text?
VC text, yes.
Oh, that kind of like goblin-looking thing with a thing in the front?
Yep.
Yeah.
This is close to 13 feet tall.
An alien baby coming out of its rib cage.
Yeah.
There's nothing coming from the rib cage. That's just what happens. So this will be initiative. Agni.
Oh, yay.
Ah, yes, initiative. Oh, that's very bad. That's a 4.
A 4. All right. We're just gonna theater remind this because it's only one creature here.
Okay.
Verne.
28.
28. Vita.
18.
18. All right. Telwyn.
28.
28. Pinaki.
13.
13. And Phelan.
Dirty 20.
20. All right. Telwyn, you are the first to respond as this thing bursts from the woods.
How close is it to me?
It's about 15 feet away.
Okay, one question. My gift of alacrity hasn't gone off yet, right? I haven't lost it because it lasts 8 hours.
I don't believe so, no.
Okay, all right. That's why my initiative was so high.
Okay.
I rolled well. Okay, if you were curious. How far is that thing away from me?
About 15.
Okay. I am going to rush at it, and as a bonus action, I'm gonna cast Magic Weapon.
Okay.
And one attack is a 23,
23
and the other is a modified 20. And I'm gonna use second level smite. Does that do anything additional?
This is considered a fiend, so you would get an additional die, yes.
Okay. Uh, 25 radiant damage and 11 physical with the first attack, and the second attack is
25 and 11, so 36.
and the second attack is 14 damage.
14, all right. You take a large chunk out of it as you do that, as it just sort of looks at you. Feisty. I like when my food fights back. Anything else there, Telvin? As he says this in Abyssal.
It's gonna sound like gibberish to me. I'm gonna look at you and I'm gonna be like, I'm not gonna taste good going down.
Alright, anything else?
No.
Verne, your turn.
I will cast Bane on it. I need a charisma saving throw.
Gesundheit, if anyone just sneezed. A charisma saving throw, it gets a 21.
Well, fuck you. That's all I've got for now.
Alright, Phelan.
Yeah, I don't think we have time to fight everything under the sun. I'm going to cast Banish on it.
Okay. What is the saving throw and what stat?
So banishment is a charisma 16.
Okay, it gets a charisma 17.
Oh fuck. Well, shit. I'll back up. I'll get as much distance as I can.
Okay. Verne.
I'm gonna be stupid. I'm gonna be real stupid right now. But it's
Okay.
D&D, so why not?
Verne, how
I'll
close
use
did
my
you get, by the way?
I
Done.
didn't have to move.
Okay, inspiration
Yeah, can I have you re-roll that?
gets an 11, so it fails it.
Oh my god, you actually failed something instead of critting harder. Oh my god. First time.
I'm proud of you.
It's a holiday miracle.
Aelin will look around. We have maybe a minute, unless this thing's not native to here.
Run like
Let's
hell.
look.
I highly doubt it is native, but let's not stick around to find out.
Let's run.
Amen.
Running.
You're like, hey, thanks, Phelan. I didn't really want to be lunch or supper or whatever it might have decided, I guess.
Walking and talking. Walking and talking.
Alright, you guys
we're
continue
leaving.
on, you continue on pushing through, double timing it through the woods. I need you guys to give me a Constitution saving throw as you guys push your way through dense, weird terrain with all of this weirdness around here.
Not even my features can help us with this because it's magically altered.
Yeah.
Oof. 6.
10.
Sorry, what kind of save did you say?
Constitution save.
Is everybody within 10 feet of me when we're moving?
They probably are.
So everybody gets +3.
Thank God.
No.
12.
19.
That makes it a 9.
Mine's a 19.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
So, anyone get lower than a 10?
Yeah.
Alright, if you get
10
lower.
is what I got.
Alright, if you got lower than a 10 or lower, you will take 1 level of exhaustion.
Okay.
As this terrain's really hard to run through. It is brutal to run through as you are pushing yourselves to get, in at least that minute to get out of here. As far away as you can, pushing yourselves in a dead sprint. You guys end up getting away from there. And eventually you do find yourselves in front of a looming, broken down cathedral. The stone, broken in hundreds of places. Seems to be a fire had come through here at one point. And the land had reclaimed what it had lost months ago.
Okay.
You stand before this, and you realize you see the symbol of a deity, broken and unrecognizable. above the gate.
There a
And
way
would I think mending would help us recognize the symbol in any way?
You would need the other parts of it that are missing to mend it.
Fair.
And looking around, there doesn't seem to be any of the parts nearby.
Does not seem to be, no.
Okay. Well, somebody wanted to piss off this god.
Can we make out anything about the god, or can we do a religion check for that?
Give me at first a perception check here.
Why don't you take guidance? Take guidance.
I'm gonna look at it too, just because it's like it's the historical reference or whatever, and maybe I can remember what once stood here. Can I go that route with it?
Say that again?
Can I go with a historical reference route since I'm from here and I might know like where the temple's at or whatever, or what temples existed?
I'm gonna say no for this. Like, you could do it at disadvantage just because you had the... what do you call it? You lived in a temple with a lot of books and stuff like that. However, for the most part, the old religions had been stamped completely out. They had been almost blacklisted and erased when this place got pulled here.
Oh, okay.
And so you being from here, you wouldn't necessarily have the best foundation to know about outside deities.
Well, I'll explain the basis of what happened to people, now that I kind of understand from, basic history. And then, like, there's a lot of stuff that when all this stuff happened, it's gone. And so I only know whatever's in the books.
It was only a lousy 11.
Okay.
Was that with advantage? Because I was assisting.
Uh-huh.
Was that
For
with
some
guidance?
reason when I do for some reason when I do checks with both, I fail worse.
I'm sorry.
No, it's not your fault. It's just that weird thing that happens sometimes in dice.
Yeah, I agree. I'm just saying that I'm sorry that happens. I know, believe me, I know. I don't know why I'm rolling so well for initiative tonight. Usually I can't roll worth more than like 5 with Pinaki.
I mean, I just have the benefit of having a plus 11 to my initiative.
Sweet.
Well, Gloomstalker Ranger adding my wisdom and then having the alert feed.
That does it. Well, should we go in?
Oh.
I think we've probably exhausted what we can figure out without going in.
Before we go in, I just want to put a hand on Telwyn's shoulder and cast Death Ward because I'm just a little worried.
Good idea.
I'm a little concerned that I'm exhausted, but that's gonna be how this goes.
Well,
This
should
is
we take...
after our day of travel, so...
Let's take a long rest. And...
I would rather try to find somewhere inside that maybe we can close off, barricade,
Well,
or whatever.
don't forget that I've got an invisible 30-foot spear giving us a bonus to stealth and perception checks, and light from open flames can't be seen.
Fair enough.
Do you have to do that outdoors?
Doesn't say so.
The only reason
So-
is maybe we could do both plans.
Let's do it.
Okay, so your goal is to move forward into this temple?
Until we find some place we can barricade ourselves in.
Okay. So you start moving up into the temple. And the first thing you see as you walk in through the gates is the floor is not safe here. You see large gaps in the tile into rooms below. An odd webbing is scattered all throughout this place. Thick strands of spider webs, more dense than anything even you, Pinaki, have seen.
If Vern and I were to cast Mending like a lot, will that make the floor any safer?
No. You'd have to have the missing parts.
Okay.
You could mend the parts that are cracked, but that would take a long time to do that.
I'm just trying to think how to make it
below
safe.
the floor, correct?
What's that?
You said those are rooms?
Yeah, there seems to be other rooms beneath.
Maybe should we try to look for a safe way down?
Let's just look for a safe place, whether it's down or up.
You see, the rest of this place is an open floor plan, and you do see at the back end of the cathedral, on the altar, in the very back, you see what appears to be a large altar-like chest made of stone. Different materials of mosaics come around the outside edge. And it
That's pretty.
gleams lightly in the darkness.
Like magic?
Like magic, yes.
Perhaps we should not walk through this place, but around it, and then in through the side, maybe?
If you give me 10 minutes, I can get Detect Magic up.
Sounds like a plan.
That's also very helpful.
I'm gonna
just
stick
thinking-
close to Tailwind, just so I have his check ability.
Same, but as also because I want to keep him safe at all times. But yeah, I was just thinking we should walk straight through all of the webbing, because that's probably fine, and then go straight for the magical glowing whatever that was, because there's probably shiny magical objects in it. We should just go straight to it. No?
I'm looking at the gaping holes in the floor. I'm gonna say, no.
You guys have no sense of adventure.
I'm just thinking I'm kind of clumsy. This heavy.
Ew.
Yeah.
I was kidding, you guys. Can't you take a joke?
I'm gonna hug you for a second and be like, yeah, I just thinking I can't tarnish this nice shiny armor. But getting it all.
You're right. I feel much better with the hug. I'm like, yeah. I don't know what I was
Not
thinking.
about my faith, anyways.
So what's the plan?
So,
Phelan is going through his ritual to detect magic. See him, he's holding his symbol of Krellin, and holding that and cupping his hands over both of his eyes, muttering, a long chant / prayer in order to give him the vision to see magic.
I'm gonna get close to Phelan and make sure that he doesn't get interrupted.
Okay. Vita, were you
Vita
about
will
to do something?
continue. Well, Vita will continue to kind of, sort of be at Tailwind's hip because of the exhaustion. I'm not going anywhere.
So after,
Honestly, our first, as Phelan is doing that, Vernie says, I still think the first course of action is to find a safe place to rest. And upon seeing the floor, I don't know if inside is the best area to do so.
It does seem as if the spider webs are holding up the floor, which does not seem very good, especially if somehow the spiders can drop the floor on us if we go down, or drop the floor if we go across. Assuming the spiders are here at all.
I'm gonna
There's that.
wait for Phelan to get done ritually casting whatever it is he's doing, and I'm just gonna watch him because I'm like, I have faith that he'll think of something. Because, yeah, can you imagine this big lead weight here running across this floor? Yeah, probably not a good plan.
Also, during this time, Verne is going to be looking around the outside area to see if there's possibly a safer place than inside to make camp.
Alright, give me a survival check. Also, Phelan, your detect magic does go off at this point. As the spider
Guidance on myself.
Okay. The spider webs themselves radiate magic. Each strand radiates an odd alteration style magic, or transmutation. And the altar at the end also radiates magic.
I got an 18.
An 18. Okay.
And the altar at the end, is that transmutation as well?
There's some sort of that one radiates divination magic.
Yeah.
On your 18, you do find Verne back in the front. There is an outbuilding. You find an outbuilding that seems to be an entryway down into a further part, but it could be blocked off for a rest.
Real quick, again, the altar, was that the stone chest box thing that we were
Yes.
looking at? Okay.
Yes.
I just want to make sure. Thank you.
Yep. Nope. You're good.
Verne will point out the opening that may be a little safer than the rickety floor of the inside of this building. Or of this ruin, rather. I assume that's the building over there in the trees.
Yes.
Over here.
Yep. Down there. So, what are your guys' plans?
I like the idea of resting in whatever Verne found. The building, the little.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Let's do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at Phelan and be like, so that magical glowy box, was it actually an altar, or is it like a sarcophagus, or what exactly was it?
There's definitely... you said divination magic, correct?
Yes.
There's definitely something divination coming off of the box. There's also the skill of transmutation coming off of the spider webs. They could actually be there to hold up the floor. I don't know what would happen if I tried to dispel them, but it may be better than stepping on them and finding out.
Yeah, I agree.
Or, maybe we just find something heavy and throw it on them, see what happens. Could be fun.
I think that sounds like a great idea.
I wish that jerk that was trying to eat me would be here. I'd try to throw him on it.
Maybe after we've rested, we can try the whole throwing things on. But
We could play a game like marbles. We just throw stuff on there and see who gets closest to the altar. And whoever gets closest wins the prize.
What if the prize is death?
Well, I'll just resurrect you. It's fine.
Do you? Wait, I don't think she would know. Oh, right.
Are we good with going to?
First and foremost, let's
let's go
go
rest.
and take our rest.
Yes. And
Yes.
I'm putting up my my circle.
Okay.
Josh, that gives a +5 bonus to stealth and perception.
That is fantastic. That'll give me a +11 to my perception.
Alright, so who's taking what watch?
I don't think Vita can take a watch because of the exhaustion.
Okay.
And me too.
I will take the first watch.
I mean, you do have plenty of elves in the party.
Yeah. I can take.
And I don't have exhaustion, so I only need 4 hours. Just to
I
get
only
spell slots.
I only need 4 hours as well, so Agni and I can do
Yeah.
opposite shifts.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'll take the last one.
Sounds good.
I will leave my familiar out for the entire time.
Okay.
Because it doesn't,
Yeah, familiar doesn't require sleep.
me.
I'll stay up with Talwyn's watch just because.
Okay. So, give me perception checks, everyone. For your designated
People
watches.
sleeping.
I did say I was taking the
Unless you're
We still need
sleeping.
the 3, right?
What's that?
We still need 3 watches, right?
Technically,
Or do
you
we just
only need 2 because elves.
Oh, well then I will just leave my...
27 for Phelan.
Okay.
I'll just leave my familiar out to give assistance.
Okay. And then Agni.
I got a 19.
19. You, Alright. So at one point you do see plenty of spiders. Little things. Not quite looking right. Their body parts are a bit longer than what they normally are. More seed-shaped than bulbous like a normal spider.
Are they moving in a certain direction?
Yeah, you see them because you guys are sort of by this first house. You see them coming out along the path and into the main area, and down into the holes.
Down into the holes in the floor?
Yeah, the holes in the floor. And you see that as well, Phelan, during your watch.
Okay.
They don't seem to be hostile towards you. They're just all heading in one general direction, and that is into the underground of that temple.
Well, then I'm sure it's perfectly safe if that's where they're going. That's probably their home. And anytime I've seen any movies with a bunch of little spiders, they would run away from the big bad monster, and they'd be going in the opposite direction. So I'm sure it's perfectly fine down in there. Because I watched Harry Potter, so it has to be true.
Hashtag what's a movie in a fantasy world?
Oh, I think I had a dream about, I don't
I'm just
I ate
teasing.
some funny mushrooms that day.
I kind of feel like, maybe in a setting like Eberron, they figure out how to use illusions to create
Absolutely.
something similar to a movie.
No, I can absolutely see that. So, but you guys do get your long rest. Nothing pops out.
Thank you.
Nothing jumps out at you. But you guys get a feeling of unease here. Like a subtle wrongness in this place.
I assume Phelan would as well, but I would relay the
Yes.
information about the spiders to everybody.
Can I try and figure out what's going on with the spiders?
Yeah.
What do you want? Perception or animal handling?
This will be a nature check.
This will be a nature check. 15.
15. Okay.
I will, seeing as I was just looking, I will give assistance because I am actually proficient in nature.
Oh, well, cool. 15's still my best.
Yeah, so with these type of spiders, you know, you see parts of spiders that you know, parts that you don't. And especially them clumping together and following almost in an ant-like state isn't something spiders usually do.
No, it doesn't.
You can't place what they're doing, but you definitely place it as not natural. What are you guys doing?
Well, I have a +0 and no proficiency in nature, so it seemed perfectly fine to me.
I'm guessing that this is where we slept tonight. It's a good place to leave our horses, because
You would assume so. You could probably hide them out in the woods there.
I will also talk to Pinaki for a moment and be like, I know that you can talk to animals. Is there any way that you can tell Aderai that she's, you know, in charge while we're gone? And she's supposed to be like old, like really, really, really. And
Yeah,
if
for a
Aderai's around, I'll
horse,
put my
yeah.
ears over her ears. Really old. And I don't know if maybe she might like know something that maybe we don't notice because we're not horses.
You
So I
notice
ask her.
Yeah, so she definitely seems to be uncomfortable here. Aderai just sort of... It's wrong. This place is wrong. Something not right. Something evil. And just that preternatural ability that animals have to pick up on things that they don't, that us as humans might not.
Anything good?
I pass on this information.
Well, that's kind of what I was anticipating anyways, but feel free to talk to her whenever you want.
Thank
you
you.
can talk to her in a way that I can't.
Shall we continue?
Are we
Down?
going down or are we going to the
Across.
altar?
Yeah, you did see that altar glowing with, what do you call it? Divination magic.
It looks pretty and shiny. It must be for me.
I do have mage hand, but I don't think that I'd be able to, like, get anything open. It's 30 feet too.
Well, it depends how heavy it is.
thought it was an altar, something in stone.
Yeah, it was definitely a stone and marble altar.
Yeah, that thing is not moving.
It's also quite a distance away in this cathedral. You could try to skirt across the floors on the side. You could try to just use magic of some sort to get yourself over there. There's many different approaches you could do if you want to get to that altar. But that is up to you guys to decide.
I can't fly yet.
If we want to go for the altar, I feel like the best course would be going towards the sides of the building before entering. Trying to get as close to the altar from the outside.
I might be able to make a door on the back side.
Interesting.
A back door.
The stone is only 5 feet thick, or no more than. Could create a small passage through it.
Well, that fixes a lot of the issues.
It very well could.
But we won't know till we try.
Yeah.
Well,
Worth a shot.
So,
then let's go around to the back of the building.
Work, yeah, if it doesn't work, then I say we go the other way and figure the altar out later.
So you get all the way back to the around the altar. As you see, it comes to an abrupt cliff side, and the cliff comes up behind the back of the cathedral. But there's enough room for one to squeeze through back there, about 5 feet. And surprisingly, there is a path that has been pushed out of the way. To get back here, it looks like other times. Seems like this is at least a decently worn path back here. You see there are some windows in the back that looks like you might be able to even squeeze through them. Might take a bit of a acrobatics check, but you could probably, any medium-sized creature could probably squeeze through as long as they're not wearing any sort of heavy armor.
You want me to try?
Well, I think we all can try.
I don't know if any of us have heavy armor.
Telwyn probably does, and I do. But I'm willing to get naked if it's for the team, you know.
I could. Yeah. If I
You could
have
let
to.
me go first, and
You're
then I
willing
can
to get
tell you what I
naked too?
find.
Mytho curiously turned to
Telwyn,
like,
let's
what?
Telwyn's got to get naked too. It's the way it goes.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Hey, sorry, I'll be 2 or 3 more minutes. My cousin and her husband just stopped through, and they're coming through from Fargo.
No, you're totally fine.
Okay, well, do not get naked then.
So what are the rest of you guys doing? Like, what do you want to do? I know.
If we can get through without me having to use a 4th level spell slot, I would rather do that. You know, if we have to take the time to where people have to take off a little bit of their armor, pass it through to other people, I'm okay with that.
Well, first things first, I'm gonna send my Raven through. Just to make sure there's nothing on the immediate other side waiting to ambush us.
Okay.
Then I'll just have it perch on like one of the broken pillars.
Alright, so
Actually,
your
very
Raven comes through.
medium armor, but if I need to strip anyway, just for the scenery, that's okay.
It's very cold, by the way, in here. But so if you guys are going through, you guys are easily enough able to get through. Your raven does not see anything that's in the area.
Perched on top of that pillar there.
Okay.
It seems to be a
After
very
the raven is
quiet
through.
area.
Exploring further, is there anything to be found?
The pathway pretty much dead ends here, but you can give me a perception check at the end of the pathway here.
18.
Okay. You find a pouch with
Okay.
about 15 platinum pieces in it.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Yeah. Or anymore.
Who
We
keeps
have
track of
money.
party funds?
Do we want to leave it in the bag of holding?
Did you say it was a bag of holding?
I do have a bag of holding.
How much did you say it was? 15 platinum?
15 platinum.
15 platinum. 150 gold.
That's nice. Now I don't have to extort Jocelyn anymore.
And now I don't have to extort priests for money.
Oh, that would have happened anyways. Merchants do not play.
Nope. Alright, so you guys are able to get into this area. And you see this beautiful black altar with marble mosaics all around the edge.
I put that
Okay.
in the chat in Discord with party funds, by the way.
Okay,
Good.
so what are you doing?
So we're basically in a dead end?
No, you're right in front of the altar now. You
Oh.
squeezed through and now you're at the altar.
Do you want to try your mage hand and see if it'll pop everything up?
Can I just do some type of investigation check on the altar to see if I can figure anything about whether it's investigation or arcana? Just
Investigation.
doing a preliminary cursory search.
Yeah, that's an investigation.
I'm
Okay,
terrible at
investigation.
investigation, but I'll give you guidance.
Okay, yeah, you took the words from my mouth, Ree.
Well, we both
About
have
to
it,
say
so...
We have so many people with guidance.
Well, if anybody else has investigation, but I don't.
I do not, unfortunately.
Nope.
It is definitely an altar.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
That'll
That
be
good, huh?
a total of 5.
Oh, that good.
That was with advantage? No.
Guidance.
With guidance, I don't think I had advantage.
Okay.
Yeah, you
Here's
didn't
a
have
question.
advantage, but you did have guidance.
It was an investigation, though. I could have helped you with it.
Are you proficient in investigation?
Yes.
Then yeah, absolutely. You could give him
Well,
advantage
that's
on
much
that.
better.
Yeah, acting.
That'll turn it into a 15.
15. Alright.
Better than a 5.
Yep.
It doesn't seem to have any locking mechanism on it. It doesn't seem to be... It doesn't seem to have any like mechanical base to it besides just a hinge that would open it up. But it definitely seems too heavy for a mage hand.
Okay.
Maybe I can try wedging it open with the glade.
Do you try that?
It's 10 feet. It's a magical weapon, so it's a little more sturdy than the average glade.
Tell that to Abaki.
I tell that to Ibaki.
Kabaki's feelings are hurt.
Do you want to be used as a wedge? I'm sorry.
Right, if you want to open it yourself.
So are you doing that?
Pending any other plans, Vita will look around real quick and be like, alright, is this happening?
I mean,
Can I,
don't know.
if she's going to open it, can I ready dispel magic in case a magical trap goes
Sure.
off?
If it doesn't go off, you still waste the spell slot.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. I don't think it's waste at this
Just-
point.
Yeah.
Just
so-
on the
Yeah.
off chance, I'm gonna cast Bless. I'm gonna cast Bless on.
I feel like I'm
Vita.
doing the idiot move, but you know, we're out of stuff.
I'm gonna
So
cast Bless on Vita, on myself and Phelan. Sure.
okay. So you put the bless out. Vita, you get your glaive ready. Phelan, you get your spell ready. As Vita, you slip your glaive into the crack, and you wedge it down like a crowbar.
Wait. Death ward on Vita. I'm just like,
Vita all of a sudden is just like, I feel like everyone is basically saying you're gonna die.
well, you're not now. I would miss you
hear
if you
it.
died. So, like,
You hear a pop and a hiss as the altar opens. You see a blue mist come out for a minute. And the lid opens up fully. You see a padded interior. And it looks like this is actually more of a coffin than it was an altar.
I was afraid it was going to be a coffin.
However, nothing
Great.
is in this except for a singular ring on a pillow.
That's not concerning at all.
As,
So who wants
Shiny?
pillow friend?
as Phelan, you realize that the divination magic was probably this box trying to hide whatever was in here, as divination's usually used in blocking magics.
Okay.
Again, not concerning at all.
If my trigger for dispel magic doesn't go off, I'm going to.
It doesn't.
It doesn't. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and cast with the spell slot detect magic,
Okay.
so we don't have to wait 10 minutes before anyone touches the ring.
That ring radiates healing magic.
Oh, cool.
yeah, but is it shiny?
So it's a wooden ring with it looks like a tree motif, like a vine to tree motif going all the way around the ring, with the little leaves coming off being little emeralds set into the wood.
No
Agni,
unicorn,
you're a big
right?
one for healing.
So I will put what it looks like in the chat.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Oh, that is nice.
And it radiates very powerful healing magic.
I will let everyone know. I think it's some type of ring that has abjuration, or not abjuration. Healing's not abjuration, is it? It's something else. It's evocation.
Healing. A lot of healing is evocation, or in some cases, necromancy.
Yeah. It's, but I'm getting a specific healing vibe out
Yes.
of it. I have.
Agni, you do a lot of healing.
Well,
You're always making sure people are healed.
before we discuss this,
Hmm.
I have prepared remove curse. So I think if anyone's gonna pick this up, try and put it on.
God, you know me too well as a DM.
Hashtag Curse of Kenneth.
I think it
It's
should,
not like we're a paranoid group of adventurers or anything.
you know, we should figure out what this is before we decide who's going to keep it, or at least try and utilize it. Especially if it's powerful enough magic that they were using a spell to try and keep it hidden.
Alright, who wants to pick it up and take the risk?
I think Telwyn is probably the strongest at resisting any type of influence with his holy nature.
I'm pretty holy.
Yeah, he has the little paladin thing going on.
Also, probably at this point, my bless would have figured.
Yeah, but we could just stand near him and be blessed by him. I am just blessed by his presence.
All right, guys,
Okay,
we're
just
running
pick
out
it
of
up
time
then.
for the night. Who's
Just
picking
pick it up then.
I'm back.
Yeah, so
Sorry.
pick it up.
So Agni, you go to pick it up. Your hand touches it. You feel the soft wood on your fingers. As you lift it up from the pillow, I need a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, a dex save? Jesus. Okay.
As
I
you
can do
guys
this.
see 2 bladed bear traps come up from around the pillow that were hidden into the mechanics. As you guys checked the outside, but not the inside when it was opened.
Yeah.
Rip. 18.
18. That was not enough. You will take 35 points of slashing damage as your hand is removed at the wrist.
Oh, I got another one. It's fine.
Can you cast spells then?
But you do see, as you scream, your bleeding stump, like spurting blood. You do see the trap does not reset.
Don't
I
worry,
cast-
guys. I found the trap.
I immediately grab the hand with the ring, put it next to her stump, and be like, I don't know if it'll work, but we can try healing it back together.
Definitely.
So,
I don't need 2 hands to cast a spell, do I?
It's a good thing we used Mage Hand to pick up the ring.
How much did,
Yeah, that
How
would
much
be
damage?
smart.
35 points
how much
of,
damage did you do? 35.
of
I'm going to
slashing.
cast Cure Wounds at 3rd level.
Okay.
And I'm holding the wrist and hand together.
So-
hopefully,
When
it
you
back
use the
together.
cure wounds,
Oh, come on.
it stitches the skin back together, but it doesn't the muscle. So her hand is limp on the stump, but her hand is still in the right place it needs to be.
Ah! A limp hand. Limp hand.
Yeah, it's not something that she can physically use.
but at least she's not missing a hand.
Yes,
It's more, once we get to a certain point, we can get it
and
fully.
seeing
like,
how
What do we need to make it better?
15 points back.
Oh, thank you.
so you guys gonna? So Agni, are you going to attune to this ring?
Well, I think that I should at this point because
I
maybe
mean,
the
it- yeah.
ring will
You're the one who
reattach
paid
my
the
fucking
price.
hand.
Yeah, it'll take an hour to attune to this for a short rest, if that's what you would like to do.
Well, then I will do it whenever whenever it's good for the group to do that.
Well, if we're going to end now,
I mean-
or close to now anyway, we might as well just
Yeah.
go ahead and take the short rest.
So you
Plus,
find
I don't think Verne would want to go anywhere until we knew what the ring did, and B, if it's magic healing, hopefully use it to heal your hand back together.
Yes.
So you eventually you attune to it after an hour, and you find out that this is a ring of regeneration.
Oh, fuck yeah. Will it regenerate my fucking hand?
It will. So while wearing this ring, you regain 1d6 hit points every 10 minutes, provided that you have at least 1 HP. If you lose a body part, the ring causes the missing part to regrow and return to full functionality after 1d6 plus 1 days, if you have at least 1 hit point the whole time.
Okay, so we got to keep her healed up.
You just have to keep her at 1.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
That's
so
what
I
I said.
rolled 2, so that would be 3 days.
Yes.
Can you cast Death Ward on yourself?
She can.
I can after another long rest because I only have 1 spell slot of that level.
Remember in Curse of Strahd when you and your child got thrown off off that bridge, and they
Yeah.
look at you and they're like, "Hey, do you trust me?" And they cast Death Ward on themselves. You both went splat, and then they resurrected you. And
You know, I don't remember that, but I'm really
Best-
not surprised. I must have blocked it from
Oh,
my memory.
I still think that is the best use of Death Ward I've ever
Wait,
seen.
No,
who did that,
no,
though?
there-
Do you trust
That-
me? Yes. Death word on myself.
Death
What?
Ward
Was
Death
that Tom?
Ward was on Amber and Rob on that damn roller coaster.
No, it was Cyrus. You guys both got thrown off by the rock.
Oh, she cast it.
Yeah. But all right, guys.
Of course I don't trust her. She's my child. And she was 13, so no.
This is where we are going to end for the night. As you guys, even though it cost you a hand, you got a ring of regeneration. The top comment for this magical item is it'll cost you an arm and a leg. But I hope you guys had fun, and people in the chat, thank you so much for hanging out and following our game and chatting along. Thank you, fellow human. Thank you to Derry, and all of our players that have been chatting along with the party as the followers as well.